Hmm. So a lot of times you have to open up with "This is fresh air" on a new one with the motivation. Hello, wherever you are in this world, happy morning to you, happy afternoon, happy good night. Hope you can fall asleep to some of my music and things I talk about. All right, tonight I just wanted to say that the conversation always goes a long ways. It always goes a long ways. The things you think about, the things you talk about, the things that get you thinking about things. A lot of times we forget about who we are because we're so distracted with daily activities or things that get us down and out. We're failing to see the positive picture in things. I know there's a lot of things that happen in life where it's not positive. We look at it and we see it, we hear it, we wonder why it's there, why it happened. We start getting overwhelmed at things. A lot of times in life we gotta take our next step and realize there's things we have to take care of before we can keep moving forward. So if you're lonely tonight because of a holiday, don't be. Take care of you, take care of yourself. A lot of times we realize things that happen in our lives where we gotta take a moment and breathe. Breathe. Take in a moment where you can understand. You're speaking on all levels. You take your best opportunities and you move forward. Now, there's a lot of things that, like I said, we get distracted in our daily routines. The things we do every day, the music we listen to, the things we look at, the things that manipulate our minds. You have to be careful. You have to understand that a lot of people are chasing a dream that doesn't exist. It's hard to believe that somebody's going to be truly happy every day, which is kind of sometimes not possible. So when you come to realize that you have to come to terms to that, you can then better navigate through your problems. We understand that some things come up and we're focused and we can deal with them. But then there's times where we lose our focus and we start focusing on things that really get us bent out of shape. Our feelings go south. We start feeling down and out. How do I get out of that? The best way to do that is start looking at why am I feeling this way? Okay, it's the thought. I'm not focused. It takes time to sometimes change your blood pressure, your depression naturally. Sometimes you have to get some rest. You have to get some rest. Sometimes you have to sleep on it. Wake up. Feel something different. Sometimes we have to remember the things that we say to ourselves in the morning dictates the rest of our day. Now hear me out. Motivation comes from you. We are our own worst enemies sometimes. Don't be. I mean, most of the time, I am. And what I say is never going to be always spot on for you. But you can probably relate to a lot of the things I talk about as I progress. Talking about inner peace. It's impossible to really truly understand what's right and wrong if your deception was taught by certain things that were way out of your control and you got manipulated by that understanding, and now you're coming to this understanding, so naturally you're going to go against. But we have to understand that we all come from all different parts of this world, different understandings, different lifestyles, different kind of things that happen in our lives. And so when we can come to a conclusion that when we're trying to get accepted, we're actually trying to see if there's everybody else on the same page. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times that's our distraction. We're starting to look at our defects And that just diverts us from our path because we're focusing on our defects and not focusing on the prize. A lot of things happen every day where you hear it and feel it differently depending on the day. You can only take so much before you have to take a break from something. If that's turn off all your electronics and turn off your music, or if you have an audio, somebody said audiobook, listen to it. Listen to motivation. Start reprogramming yourself, and you start realizing that after 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, even 2 years down the road, you're going to start feeling a certain way. You're going to start seeing things way differently. You're going to start learning on a different level too. You're going to have a different way of thinking about things, which then you can now train yourself differently. When you listen to somebody or an audio and you're talking about a certain subject, you can really get into that subject. You can see all the different corners by looking at things when you're focused in the moment. When you can really regulate all your emotions and compartmentalize, we can be focused in the moment, even focused enough to even take away the daily struggles, focus on that task at hand. You now then can look at things like an Rubik's Cube. You understand that you don't have to always feel like you can think on this level, because not every day we're going to be able to do that. Our strengths and weaknesses come at us every day. We have to learn to massage them or iron them out to figure out, okay, why do I feel this way when I react to certain things? A lot of people get triggered on certain things and they don't realize their opinion is going to dictate what the rest of their lives, because a lot of people get mad at somebody's just honest opinion saying they like, or they appreciate the person. The thing is, we have to learn to be encouraging. Encourage the best out of people. And give credit where it's due. So if somebody helps you along the way and you feel like, I'm getting something out of it, appreciate the offer. A lot of people say I shouldn't be around tarot. Why? Why are you going to kick me out? I wonder why. And the thing is sometimes people get misunderstood. You made a decision in your past that sometimes dictates the rest of your life. There's a lot of things you can't do, but you move on with your life. You try to. And if you really want to take it down to a bigger subject, is each thing you watch, just try to look at it differently. Maintain that balance within your life. Before you can have too much going on, you're going to have too much going on, it's going to overload. If you're watching way too much different stuff, you're going to have different emotions. A lot of times it's going to make you there's such thing as overly happy and there's overly sad. And it's going to happen one way or the other. This is a continuous cycle. Is if we're not paying attention to what we're watching or paying attention to, it's going to dictate how we act, how we react to things. Are we happy? Are we sad? Are we happy because of somebody else's demise? Are we happy for somebody's praise? They're doing good? Are we joyful for the things we see because we give thanks to having a message of the day to be stronger? The best thing to do is take your time. Understand not everybody is going to relate. Your life is your life. Your fantasies and everything, how you dictate and how you see your life. Once you start realizing there's a lot of people out there and they all have different opinions, they all learn something differently, and they all are coming to the same point where they're watching the same thing, but we're going to have a different conversation. A lot of times, a lot of people don't want to be honest because they feel like they're going a little too far. But the best thing to do is be your authentic self. Be clarity to yourself. Use your discernment, use your intuition, and focus in the moment. You will have a better day. I promise this with everything on my heart. God bless all of you. Have a wonderful day. I pray that you will find yourself and believe in a higher self will take you to the place you want to be. Keep believing in yourself. Honor yourself. Believe in yourself. Have a wonderful day. God bless.